Art check, guys. Okay. Tuloy po tayo sa political law, no? Ito last legs na to for our discussion sa pre-week, no? So sa political law, natakil na po natin yung custodial investigation, yung national territory, and there's another topic na natakil na natin. I forgot kung ano yun. Anyway, magsisimula po tayo sa eminent domain ngayon, no? So sa eminent domain po, I was expecting actually bago ko sagutan yung mga bar Q&A, bago ko gumawa ng reviewer, bago ko gawin yung notes ko, I was expecting na ang tinatanong talaga sa bar, police power. Which makes sense kasi police power naman talaga ang pinaka ano diyan, ang pinaka powerful sa mga fundamental powers niya. 'Di ba? It's the most pervasive nga, 'di ba? However, sa bar, hindi po ito ang usual na tinatanong sa bar. Nagulat ako, no? Ang usual po na tinatanong, eminent domain. No? Why? Kasi kung isipin nga natin, no, madami siyang pwedeng anggulo. Maraming pwedeng paraan para tayo matanong sa eminent domain. And ang eminent domain, ang expropriation, hindi lang naman po sa political law yan, meron din sa remedial law, no? Rule 67. So, ang gagawin po natin ngayong pre-week na ito, itatakil natin yung hindi ko na itatakil from the start, no, yung lahat ng mga topic sa eminent domain. I will just tackle yung mga usually pinanggagalingan ng mga tanong sa bar exam and of course, magbabasa rin tayo ng ibang mga bar questions about eminent domain, about expropriation. Okay, simulan natin, no? The determination of just compensation is a judicial function. Okay, so that means the executive department, the legislative department cannot encroach, no, on this power of the judiciary. Pag nag-encroach, violation of the doctrine of separation of powers. Yan pa isa kong gustong sabihin, no? Sa mga enrollees natin, I would like to reiterate at sa mga ngayon lang po nanood, I would like to state na hindi nyo po kailangang akalin yung separation of powers independently. You don't do that. Why? Kasi po malalaman lang natin kung na-violate ang doctrine of separation of powers kung alam natin yung powers in the first place. Ano ba ang power ng judiciary? Ano ba ang power ng legislative? Ano ba ang power ng executive? Pag alam natin yan, saka lang natin malalaman kung na-violate yung separation of powers. And no, sa bar exam, hindi niya na po kailangan sabihin, no, in just my opinion, no, based din sa nung nagsagot ako ng bar ng taong ko, hindi niya na kailangan sabihin na under the doctrine of separation of powers. Hindi na po. Ang ilagay niyo doon sa legal base niyo, sa ALAC method, di ba? Ang ilalagay niyo ko, nasabi yung, oh, di ba? Sabihin natin, gagawa na ako kumuha na tayo ng isang example sa bar question. Sabi sa bar question, yung legislature, o leg, nagpasa ng law, sabi, DPWH daw, DPWH, merong sole prerogative, nahirapan ako sa letter R, sole prerogative to determine just compensation. Of course, this is unconstitutional na law. That law is unconstitutional because it violates the powers. It encroaches, no? Encroaches saan? Powers of the judiciary. Na-encroach, di ba? How would you answer this, no? Kung lang, top of my head, no? So, yes, the law is unconstitutional. Okay, so it states that the determination of the just compensation is judicial in nature. It is a judicial function. Here, the Congress, the legislature, passed a law giving the DPWH the sole prerogative, sole power, okay, to determine just compensation, no? Thus, the powers of the judiciary were violated, the powers of the judiciary were encroached in violation of the doctrine of separation of powers. Ganon po ang style. Tama ka, sagot kayo sa bar. Okay? Yung separation of powers, ilalagay nyo lang yung sa ano, concluding statements, concluding sentences nyo sa exam, sa sagot nyo. No? You don't have to parang quote it pa, no, yung principle na to dun sa pinaka-legal basis nyo. Hindi po kailangan. Okay? Kailangan alam nyo talaga yung mga kapangyarihan sa gobyerno. Okay, next tayo, beneficial enjoyment. No? Tandaan nyo, hindi po kailangan ng actual deprivation of the property for there to be eminent domain. No? The property owner must be deprived of the beneficial enjoyment of his property. Ano po ibig sabihin no? He cannot use his property the way he wants it. Yun lang po ibig sabihin ng beneficial enjoyment. The property owner cannot use the property the way he prefers to use it. Okay? So, ang usual example nga niyan, pag naglagay ng, tawag doon, ng parang pipeline, no? Sa ilalim ng lupa yan, hindi niya alam na may pipeline pala. That is eminent domain. O ngayon, no, may tandaan nyo, sabihin natin, ito lupa ito Ayan, sabihin natin 1 hectare. Okay? Ngayon, in-eminent domain nyo, sabihin natin, in-eminent domain nyo half. 1 hectare. 1 hectare, yung 500 square meters, 500, yung 5,000 square meters, ayan, 5,000 yan, pangit sulat, ulitin. Buhayin ko. 5,000, ayan, 5,000. Yung 5,000, in-eminent domain. Okay. In-eminent domain, in-expropriate. Okay? Expropriated. Ayan. Bakit daw po siya in-expropriate? Kasi gagamitin ng gobyerno para sa airport. Gaspas. Airport. Okay. Sabihin natin, ang presyo ng buong 1 hectare na property is 10 million pesos. O, ayan. Sabihin natin na 10 million ang pinagtatalunan natin. Ito ang tanong ko sa inyo. Magkano po ang ibibigay ng gobyerno doon sa property owner? 5 million representing the 5,000 square meters or 10 million? The full. Magkano mga kapatid? The answer is 10 million. Why? Dito sa side na ito, malamang na-deprive yung property owner ng use. Wala na. Di ba? Sa gobyerno na yan. Itong side na ito, kailangan ba bayaran din siya ng gobyerno for it? The answer is yes. Kasi na-deprive po yung beneficial enjoyment niya dun sa remaining portion. Why? Kapag tinayuan ka ng airport, hindi ka na pwede magtayo ng building sa tabi. Di ba? Kasi mayroong requirement po ang aerial navigation. Di ba? Hindi dapat mataas ang mga buildings, bawal ang high-rise malapit sa airport dahil mahihirapang mag-landing at saka mag-take flight ang mga airplanes na pupunta dyan sa airport na yan. So with that being said, the government must expropriate the whole property. For this one, no, yung first half na talagang gusto ng gobyerno, ma-expropriate yan kasi gusto nilang kunin yun as airport. The other side, kailangan nilang expropriate because of another reason. Kasi nga, the beneficial enjoyment was already deprived. No? The beneficial enjoyment, the property owner did not have beneficial enjoyment over the remaining portion of the property because he cannot use the property the way he wants it. No? Hindi na siya pwede magtayo ng 50 floors na condominium building. Di ba? Hindi na pwede kasi nga, mababiolate naman yung parang rules sa aerial navigation. Okay, so 10 million must be paid as just compensation because the whole 1 hectare property must be paid for. Okay? Next, public use. Ito tandaan nyo. Next, doctrine, no? Tinanong din sa bar quiz, sa bar exam to. Sabihin natin, combine pala to. Kaya pala pinagdugtong ko yan, combine yan. Ako, paubos na ata yung tinta natin Okay. Ayan, combine tong dalawa na to. Sabihin natin, another example. I need to erase, wait lang. Ayan, let's go back. Next tayo. After nito, talon-talon na lang tayo So, minsan nadjump ako sa Consti 1, minsan nadjump ako sa Consti 2. Karamihan naman po ng nauulit na tanong sa bar is Consti 1 and 2. Not so much po sa admin, not so much sa election. Sa international law, actually, parang laging every year nga, iba nila lagi yung tanong. Unique lagi, no? Okay, so public use at saka inverse condemnation. Okay. Sabihin natin, ulit ha, 1 hectare, 1 hectare property, 1 hectare property. It was, buo na yan, sabihin natin. Yung buo na to, it was, yung buo na yan, 10,000 square meters expropriated. No? Bakit po siya in-exprop? Highway, sabihin natin, no? Ganyan kalaki highway na gagamitin nila. For the highway, no, ng Pilipinas. Okay. Sabihin natin, in-expropriate siya ng 2014. Okay? 2018, dito nag-expropriate, no? Dito nagkaroon ng, tawag dito, actual possession na yung government. May actual possession na sila yan. Pumasok na sila 2014. Okay? 2018, the highway, no, was fully built. Fully built tuloy. Fully constructed. 2024 na ngayon. The just compensation was still unpaid. Sabihin natin, ang bayad dapat sa kanya, sabihin natin, ang dapat ibayad sa kanya is 10 million ulit. What is the remedy of the property owner? Dalawa tanong ko sa inyo. Pwede ba niyang mag-demand ng return ng 1 hectare property? Next, pwede ba niyang, kung hindi pwedeng i-demand yung return, what is his remedy? Ulit, first muna. What is his remedy pala muna? And in that remedy, can he demand the return of the property? Relief sought kasi yung return. Ayan, ako nag-remedial na tayo ulit. Yung remedy niya, ito ipapile niya. One of the reliefs that he can pray for is possible return. Okay, ngayon, tanong. What's the remedy? The remedy is file an action for inverse condemnation or inverse expropriation. He will file this against the state. Tandaan nyo, o ayan, papasok na naman tayo. Kaya nilagay ko na dito lahat eh. Attorney, hindi ba immunity of state from suit yun? Di ba? Hindi ba immunity of state from suit? Ba't uyahabla yung gobyerno? Sabihin natin, ang nag-procure pa ng lugar, DPWH pa, so national government, hindi lang LGU. Oh, DPWH pa ang nag-expropriate ng property. Oh, combine pala lahat to. Ayan. Di ba? Yun ang unang tanong sa inyo, pwede. Oh. Yun ang unang pwede itanong sa inyo. Ano sagot natin sa una? Does this suit, yung remedy na ito, action for inverse condemnation against the state, does this violate the immunity of state from suit? The answer is no. Because the immunity of the state from suit shall not, ano ba dito? Shall not countenance, no? Shall not permit injustice. Tandaan nyo. That's one of the exceptions. No? Injustice. Amigable versus Cuenca. Lumang kaso na yan, pero very applicable pa rin. So, an action for inverse condemnation can be filed against the state because the immunity cannot allow, cannot be used to permit injustice. Kasi injustice to, no? Why? Because the property of a private individual was taken without just compensation. Okay, so with that being said, pwede siya, the remedy is ito, inverse condemnation, immunity of the state from suit. Tanong, can the property owner demand the return of the property? The answer is no. The property owner can only demand the return of the property if the property was not being used for public use or the use that the state parang stated, no? Dalawa pala. So, una is uh, no public use. Okay, no public use. Pwedeng i-demand na return. Or pangalawa is abandoned yun. The initial. Ayan. use of the property as stated in the petition, yan. Ay, di pala. Sorry, inverse condemnation pala to. No? Bura, bura, bura. Basta no public use. Okay, get the point. Hindi ko napapahirapan pa. Okay? Ayun, get ko na. Una is, wala talagang public use. None at all. Yung pala ibig ko sabihin. Pangalawa is, there was, no? There was, but the public use was abandoned. Yung pala ibig ko sabihin. Yung dalawang scenarios lang po na yan, saka pwede mag-demand na ibalik yung property. In this case po, nakita yun ni highway. So there was still public use at the time of the filing of the action for inverse condemnation. So ano po magiging remedy ng ating property owner, no? Siyempre, ang relief po na lang is to demand just compensation. Payment. Okay? Attorney, pwede bang may kasaling interest yan? And yun nga, pwede bang may kasaling interest? The answer is yes. Why? From the name itself. Just. Di ba? The compensation must be just. 10 years na po nakalipas. So are you telling me, kasi po tandaan nyo sa expropriation, what's the reckoning point ng just compensation at the time of the taking Hindi naman at the time of the filing of the petition O at the time of the filing of the action, tandaan nyo na pag-relate na natin lahat, pati may remedial na. What's the reckoning point to determine the amount of just compensation at the time of the taking? Or filing of the sabihin natin nag-file ng action for expropriation talaga under Rule 67 or basta nag-file ng kaso, okay, yung state against the property owner, nag-file talaga. So you determine the amount of just compensation whether either nung kinuha yung property at hindi nag-file or nung nag-file, whichever comes first. No? Sabihin natin, tinik, wala talagang file na ginawa. O di nung take ang magiging nag-take ng property ng private individual, hindi naman nag-file ng kaso yung state. O di nung taking ang reckoning point. Paano naman kapag nag-file muna ng kaso yung state, tapos tinik pagkatapos, sa filing mo i-determine. Whichever comes first, whichever is earlier. Ngayon, sabihin natin 2014, ang halaga ng property, 10 million. 2 million lang. Ay, sorry, 10 million. 10 million. 10 million pala nilay ko ito, no? 10 million. 10 million yung 2014. Baka ng 2024, baka 50 million Oh. Paano naman, di ba? Hindi po 50 million na ibibigay. Okay, hindi 50 million kasi nga, hindi po yung 2024 magiging reckoning point. Why? Kasi edi ano gagawin ng private individual? Aba, edi ipapile ko lang pala later on yung inverse condemnation. Dagdagan ko pa ng 10 years sa 2034 ko i-file, baka 100 million na yan. Hindi naman pwede yun, di ba? Kaya dapat ang reckoning point po talaga at the time of the taking sa 2014. Kaya lang, how do we make it just for the property owner? 10 taon na po ang nakalipas. 10 taon niyang hindi na capitalize, 10 taon niyang hindi nagamit yung property niya, and at the same time, wala naman siya perang nakuha. Kaya po papasok ang interest. Okay, this was asked in the bar examinations, no? So, sabihin kay bar examination sa inyo, no? I will read it. Wait lang. Minimize ko lang yung ways. Ay, ways tuloy, Zoom. Okay. Okay, ito. If I remember correctly, recently nga lang tinanong to Ayan. The property of Anne was expropriated by the government for public use more than 10 years ago, like our example, without proper expropriation proceedings and without payment of just compensation. Since then, the value of the Philippine peso has greatly depreciated while the inflation rate has substantially increased. Okay, so big sabihin, humirap ang kalagayan. Okay. Anne now contends that in the interest of justice and fair play, the inflation rate and the depreciated value of peso, no, should be taken into consideration in the computation and payment of her long delayed just compensation. Is Anne correct? Yes, she is correct. Case law dictates that just compensation envisions a payment in full of the expropriated property. Thus, interest on the unpaid compensation becomes due as compliance with the constitutional mandate on eminent domain and fairness. Ito talaga tatandaan nyo dapat. The reason is that just compensation would not be just if the state does not pay the property owner interest on the just compensation from the time of the taking of the property. Ay, nawala ako. From the taking of the property. Okay? Ayan. Without prompt payment, the property owner suffers the immediate deprivation of both his land and the fruits and income of the same. So, the owner's loss, of course, is not only his property but also its income-generating potential. So, may interest din po yan. Ngayon, gusto kong ma-check kung anong, I think, bago talaga ito eh. Parang 2023 bar. Tama ba ako? Wait lang. Yes, 2023 bar. Yep. So, yan. Recently lang siya, no? Okay. I think we're done na sa we're done na sa eminent domain. Please remember these things. Also, meron pala akong isang i-add, no? Tandaan nyo, the Department of Agraran Reform, they can preliminarily, tandaan nyo, determine just compensation. Why should they determine just compensation preliminarily? No? So that they will know what to deposit, what to give, no? What to give to the property owner while the case is pending. But, tandaan nyo, the final determination of just compensation is only given to the judiciary. Okay? Next, no? Sabihin natin yung DAR, meron silang pinrescribe na formula on how to compute just compensation. Sabihin natin, agrarian, DAR nga, di ba? So, reform. So, agricultural land. Yan. O sabi, ng DAR, ganito natin kukomputin. No? Sabi po ng Supreme Court dyan, the court can deviate from the formula if there are justifiable reasons for doing so. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is talagang final say lang talaga nasa judiciary. Okay, do not be confused. Basta kayo sa isip nyo dapat lagi judiciary ang magdedetermine ng just compensation. Now for the procedural aspect like yung anong tawag dito, yung appointment of commissioners under Rule 67, yung mga ganyan, tatlo yan, di ba? Sa remedial na siya topic. In my opinion, hindi na po siya matatanong uh, sa political law kasi it's too procedural. Okay. In nature. Tapos first day, ganun agad ang tanong sa inyo. Hindi. Kung matatanong mo kayo ng ganyan, sa last day, sa remedial law. Also, no, meron pa akong isang nawala sa isip ko, isang sasabihin. Ayan, no? Yung yun, senior citizen discount and PWD, they are not, no, exercises of the power of expropriation. Okay, power of eminent domain, expropriation. They are not acts of expropriation. Yun. They are not acts of expropriation. They are police power measures. Just like price control measures. Just like regulating the price of goods in the supermarket, same way for senior citizens and PWD discount. So ano po ang dahilan? Bakit ang discount sa mga may edad na senior citizen at saka sa persons with disability, why are they not considered as eminent domain? As acts of expropriation? Because there was no private property taken. From the pharmacies, from the restaurants, from the shops, there was none. Why was there none? Because future profits, kasi yun ang sinasabi nila, yung kita nila dun sa sale, di ba? Their revenue from the sale will be reduced because of the discount, no? Kasi may 12% yan, di ba? Tama ba ako? 20% pala, I'm sorry. 20% discount, 12% VAT pala yun. Okay. 20% ang discount from the senior citizen discount or sa PWD discount. Ngayon, is this eminent domain? The answer is no because future profits are not considered as private properties. No? Kasi future pa nga siya. Hindi naman siya present profits na wala. Future. Dapat may bumili muna sa'yo, di ba? Bago magkaroon ng discount. And you cannot say na property mo na yun kasi dapat may bumili nga muna sa'yo. Hindi naman may bumili na eh. May bibili pa lang. It just so happens na bibili is may edad na or persons with disability. Okay? So yun, yun pala yung dalawa nyo sasabihin, no? Because future profits are not considered private property. So there is no property taken in the first place. Secondly, no, senior citizen discount, PW discount are police power measures. No? Because they are similar to price control measures of the state, such that they regulate the price of things. They regulate the price of things sold. So in this case, the price of the thing was regulated because a senior citizen or a PWD will purchase the same. Okay? Masakit siya, although masakit siya, alam natin pag ano, kapag, ano tawag dito? Low margin, no? Low margin business. Eh, well, ganun talaga. Okay, yun. Okay siya kung high margin, di ba? Malaki yung cushion. Eh, well, pero police power siya. Oh, so dahil police power siya, hindi siya eminent domain, the state does not have to pay just compensation. Yun yung point nun. That's what we're driving home there. That's what we're trying to say. Dahil hindi naman siya eminent domain, no, it's just a police power measure. It's a police power measure. The payment of just compensation shall not apply, is inapplicable. Yun. Okay? The state does not have to pay the business owners for the discounts given to senior citizens and PWDs. Okay, yun. No? May na pa ba? Baka matanong kayo, no? Yung ito naman, eminent domain to. Sabi ng LGU, there was an ordinance saying that, yun, mall, mall, parking spaces in malls, no, shall be free of charge, sabing ganyan, no? Free of, shall not, the mall operator shall not collect yun parking fees from their parking spaces, sabi nung LGU ordinance. Tanong, is this eminent domain? The answer is yes. Okay, eminent domain siya because, no, now it's a property. Okay, property na siya ng state. No? And property ng state, property ng mall operators, yung mismong parking space. And because of that ordinance, because of that measure, the income earning potential of that property that they built, the parking space that they built, they constructed, will be lost. So the state must pay them just compensation uh, to recover what they lost because the parking spaces were deemed free. Something like that. Okay. Okay, next topic tayo sa political law. So this is our fourth topic. I think makaka-12 tayo. Makaka-12 tayo. I will check my next listahan.